Hi guys, this is Reshwant and you're watching Sai Tutorials. Hope you guys are doing very well. And in this video, we are going to see rules to declaring an identifier. So basically, what is meant by identifier? Identifier is nothing but is just a name which we use to identify the things like variables, methods, classes, surfaces, and objects. And you can say example here. My name is called Reshwant and my channel name is called Sai Tutorials. Here, Reshwant and Sai Tutorials are the data, which is nothing but literals. And in case of variables, we are using some reference name to point out the data, right? So here if you see, my name and my channel name are the reference name which we use to point out the data. So those names are nothing but a identifier, right? So we can use this identifier to declare to identify that variables, methods, classes, interfaces, and objects. And for classes, if you see, we can create a class by using class keyword, and to point out this particular class, we can have some identifier name, which is nothing but here.
Main.
So, in every program language, there will be some set of rules to declaring an identifier. So, in like the same way in Java also, we have some rules to declaring an identifier, which means we can't give the name which we like. There are some particular rules to follow to declaring these names. So, we will see it and every rule with some example. So, the first rule to declaring an identifier is Java only allows the particular character sets to declaring identifier. And what are the allowed characters? It is nothing but lowercase alphabets, uppercase alphabets, and digits, underscore symbol, and dollar symbol. So if you see here, I'm taking an variable of integer data type num equal to 5. And if I run the program, if you see, I didn't get any error, right? It's because Java didn't find any error here. And if I try to declaring a variable by using any other character apart from this allowed characters, like if I use the other symbol unequal to 6, and again if I run the program, you can clearly see here I got an error at line number 11, and this is the place where I got. And the error, and the cause of the error is we try to declare an identifier with some special characters apart from this allowed character, right? So this is the first rule. So we only have to use these particular allowed characters to declare an identifier. And what is second rule? Identifiers must not start with digits. It means, on what is meant by digits, these are nothing but 0 to 9, like the numbers. So if you see here, num2 equal to 7. So if I run the program, I didn't get any error here, right? So in case, if I use the number at the beginning of the variable name equal to 8, and again if I run the program, if you see, we got error. And where we got error? At the line number 18, and this is the place where we got. It's saying not a statement, right? So it is due to we try to declare an identifier which starts with a digit, right? So this is the second rule. So apart from the first place, we can place the digits at any place, okay? So it will be valid. And what is the third rule? Java identifiers are case sensitive, which means we take an example int num equal to 1 and int num equal to 2. Here, in this case, Java will treat this as a different identifier and this as a different identifier. And why it will happen? Because while you're reading, it will make the same pronunciation, right? Num and num. But here we are using the small character of n. And here, if you see, we are using the upper case of the n, right?
Java treats the uppercase and lowercase are different.
So because of that, Java will treat this num as different and this num as different. Okay. And if I try to print the data,
After running the program, you can see here we got 1 and 2. So this is the third rule.
and what is the fourth rule? Java does not allow to use reserved words to declaring identifiers. So in Java, we have a lot of reserved words, and these are the some of the reserved words I written here. And what are they? Go to this final static while for if else switch and etc. Here, if you see, here I'm using num to declaring identifier, right? So num is not an reserved word in Java.
So I'm free to use this word.
Here, if you see, if I try to use this, okay, is equal to 6. Each time this is an reserved word in Java, so I can't use this as an identifier. But if I try to use and if I run the program, see we got some error here, right? And at line number 38 we got the error. So this is the fourth rule. And what is the fifth rule? So Java allows to use predefined class names and interface names as an identifiers. In Java we have some predefined classes and interfaces. And for each and every class we have some identifier, right? So in the previous example, I showed you the main, right? Like same way, we have classes like string, object, thread, and interfaces, runnable, callable, etc. So if I take an example, string, and I want to keep my variable name as string because Java allows class names as identifiers, right? So I can use string here equal to my name, Reshwant. And if I try to print the data and run the program, you can see you can clearly see I got output, right? So this is the fifth rule. And what is the last rule? So there is no length limitation to declaring an identifier. Consider example int. I can give a variable like this. Okay. So there is no length limitation.
It is recommended to use some meaningful names. It makes more readable and we can understand the purpose of the variables. If we try to print a value,
See, we got the output as 7, right? So these are the rules we have in Java to declaring identifiers. And if you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe.